Hi, welcome back. This new video, again on our Java series, is entitled Maximum, Minimum and Mean. And we use code to find out what the maximum value of some numbers are, what the minimum value of some numbers are, and what the mean or average value of what some numbers are. I've already created the structured English, which is here within my code, using my // comments. And the first thing I have to do is enter two numbers using the keyboard. I've already fleshed out part of that code already because we've covered this code in a previous lesson. There's my number format to ensure UK in case I actually decide to use money at some point. There's my scanner activated using a variable called SC keyboard. That's my scanner. And here's a message that goes to the screen that says enter the first number. And then down here, I've made a variable called first number, which is a string, and that'll be used with the keyboard scanner. So when someone types something in and presses enter, the first number variable will have the first number. Obviously, I need to have two numbers because the first thing it said on the structured English was enter two numbers. So let's repeat some of this code by doing it twice. These are the lines of code I have to repeat. I have to send another message saying something else. So it'll be enter the second number. And I can't use the same variable twice, so I've already declared it here. I don't want to use the same variable, I have to have a different variable to hold the other number in. So two different places in the computer's memory. So I called that second number. And as you can see, there's no error messages so far, red's all gone. So that deals with number one. Number two says work out the highest valued number, right? So there's a bunch of numbers I need to deal with at the moment. So in order to do that, I have to invoke something called a inbuilt function. We're actually using inbuilt functions right now. For example, print line does a job, the scanner does a job, all these things do different little jobs, and that's what an inbuilt function does, it does a job. The one we want to use, I'm actually going to show you a web page to make it easy on us. If we go to a web page, there's lots of ways of doing it. This one here, if you see it, uses something called math.max. So I'm going to deal with math.max initially. So inside here, I want to know what the highest number is. I'm going to make a brand new variable. I'm going to put in double, then d max. So d max will be a double value, so it could be of a decimal value, and that will hold the maximum value out of a bunch of numbers. So I have to invoke math.max, and this is the function, and look, it pops up, and even there's options for doing different types of data. There's one that says double. So I'll select that. I could have typed it in myself, but I selected it to make it quick. So it's open brackets, close brackets, a comma between some values, and you need to put a couple of values in, obviously. So I know our values are called different things. Now, watch this. If I put this in just now, first number, and then over there, just put that into a second number, and watch what happens, semicolon at the end, we get a red error message. The reason why it's a red error message is because it's expecting numbers, and at the moment, I'm not using numbers. Think through how the keyboard scanner works. It uses strings of text. So this is basically a string of text. So I have to convert this, which we did in a previous lesson. I'm going to have to convert these into something else. So double d first number equals this. And I've done this in a previous lesson. And there's a few things in here. There you go, parse double. And that's about there. So it says here I'm taking the string called first number, convert it to a double variable, and then save the answer in another variable called first number, but with a d in front. So there are two different variables. This one holds double values. So that worked well. So now change it another one to second. There you go. So I've now got two variables that hold double values, which are numbers. So I no longer have to use these strings, which didn't work. I can now use numbers, which will work. So the idea with this code is, it's now probably worked out the maximum value between these two values. The next one says, work out the lowest value. And to do that, similar to max, we'll use this thing called min. So I'll put in a new variable. So dmin. So this is the lower value, math.min, and again, put some values in, so it'll be d first number, and that will be d second number, and that works that out as well. So that's maximum and minimum. And the last one's average. The average is to work out, it's not too difficult to do, it's something you learn from school. I could call it d average as the variable average, or I could call it d mean. I'll call it d mean because mean means average. And to work at the average of something, you take all the numbers, add them together, then divide them by how many things are there. In this case, it's 2 numbers. So I'll add both numbers together. Now I'm going to use brackets, right? Because BODMAS have been involved at this point. So d first number plus d second number. So that's me added the numbers together. I have to divide by how many is there. So there's a divide symbol, divide by 2. Now think through, using BODMAS, right? Brackets, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, etc. I've used this to make sure this happens first, and therefore that then operates what's left over. That does the next part. So I've got my 3 answers. All the rest of them just say show, show, and show. So I have to show the answers. You can guess what I have to do. System outs with print lines. We use these lots of times. I'll change the message. Just say the maximum. In fact, use the word there, highest is, and then copy and paste. The lowest is, again, then the average is, or mean, the mean. So the lowest is plus max, the highest, plus the min, and then plus the mean. So I'm going to save all that. There's no error messages at the moment. I've covered those last 3 pieces there with those 3 lines. Let's find out if it works. So I have to run it, open this window up a bit better, enter the first number. So I'll make this a low number to start with, 10. Next one will be higher, 20. It tells me the highest is 20, the lowest is 10, which makes sense, and the average of the mean is 15. To work that out, you add them together, gives you 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So my code's working. Notice I didn't use decimal points here, which I can do. I'll run it again. 20.1, sorry, 10.1, 200.5, and again, it does the maths, it works things out and tells you the answers. So it's not too difficult to do.